Oh, okay. Alright. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. This is your boy Hunter James. And yes, as I've said to my previous video, we are actually going to talk about the very interesting Binibining Pilipinas 2018. So as I've said in my past video, I have actually, there's a tweet thread that has gone viral, and I would like to actually talk about it for us to actually have a piece of it. I know it's been more than a week, and I think it's the right time for me to actually disclose it and explain my position on what happened. Because to be honest, I have sent a tweet, another thread as well, to explain myself, because the Twitterverse is not having it. And okay, so you will see the tweets somewhere around here or here. Let's just read it along, okay? So I tweeted, Sandra Lemonon didn't only save herself and her dignity from embarrassment, but also she did something that should reflect the country's face in terms of news. Nothing much is seen with only the drug war instead of the much needed infra developments happening. And then, media gives fair publicity of what is happening in the country right now. This is also a manifestation that the public only sees what they wanted to see. Sadly, the country is full of dramatic archetypes, especially in the government. Sadly, the Philippines is not only being run by idiotic morons in the government, but also mostly run by incompetent individuals who only corrupts not the minds of the poor, not only the minds of the poor, but also the money that the government should rather put to good use. Okay, so if you are not aware, Sandra Lemonon is one of the top 15 finalists of the recently concluded Binibining Pilipinas 2018 that was held at the Araneta Center or Araneta Coliseum. Yeah. So if you didn't watch it, this is actually the video.
Okay, my question is, what are your insights on the government's Build, Build, Build program?
The insights of the government's Build, Build, Build program. Actually, you know what? I studied so much for this Q&A, but sadly that's something that I don't know really much about. But at least I'm here trying to answer a good question. Thank you.
So it's the Build, Build, Build program. And in my end, okay. How come people doesn't really know about the Build, Build, Build program? And it's been in the media since it started. I know because I was a government employee before, and I know that media has been fair enough when it comes to providing a lot of publicity for the government project. It's fair. However, as I've said, the problem right now is in the mass of selective viewing. They only follow what they follow and all. So it got viral. It got as of the moment, it had 2,711 likes and 779 retweets. It's crazy because my notifications been bombing for around a week since I actually started posting that, and there's a lot of people who have replied in that thread, and there's a lot of people who only replied on the first tweet, not reading the entirety of it. I even got threats coming from tards. You know what it is, saying I'm Dilawan, dalawan daw ako, guys, and saying that I'm biased. I'm like, wait, I'm not siding into any political affiliation. We're not talking about anything about politics here. We're just talking about what's the reality of it. Because out of all candidates, Sandra is the most real. Let's be real. Sandra Lemonon is real, and she has been honest on not really knowing what it is about. And we lauded everyone. There's a lot of tweets has gone expressing that Sandra is us when it comes to studying. We've studied long enough, hard enough, we've studied everything. But apparently, we cannot answer this sort of questions because we might have missed it or we might have forgotten it. And then, I knew then that it's going to build. So, I said to myself, okay, I'd like to make an explanation because the attention is growing. The number of likes, retweets, replies are still keep on coming like fire, like rapid fire rather. So I would like to. I said I made out a tweet. Okay. So here's what I said. Sadly, as much as a surprise I am having for the Sandra Lemonon commentary I tweeted minutes ago, I have seen a lot of tweets saying that they don't know about the Build program. I'm like, guys, aren't you all online and in social media? You could have searched about it in Google and had at least a brief idea about it. It's been an early platform and program launched by Duterte, and it's been given enough publicity about it. What happened to being woke? Y'all are in social media fantasizing about your crushes, favorite celebrities, following what's trending socially, and y'all not know about this? It's a sad reality that people are using social media at its max, but it's not enough. Yes, I went there. In this modern world of technology, people tend to get connected and reach out to the public all the things as much as possible, especially the government agencies. If y'all give at least half of your attention to things that matter, you all could have at least have a brief idea about what is going on in the country's development aside from the war on drugs that we are all tired of listening to. This should wake the majority that people doesn't really know or care about the developments that we have. Now, we have seen the implications of Sandra Lemonon's mishap on her Q&A. What now? No one is to blame her. It could have been a huge amount of mental block and pressure. Metaphorically, Filipinos are Sandra Lemonon when asked what is Build program. Because guys, let's be real. A lot of people didn't know about the Build program. So, in closing, I said, don't attack and criticize her. Because most of the Filipinos either doesn't know or doesn't give a single cent about what is going on in the country. And the same goes to the people who joined the bandwagon. Do more than joining, take part. So that is my own explanation because apparently they didn't really focus much on my explanation. So I decided to actually make a video out of it and further explain my side. Because one, I was a government employee, I would know. Even though I'm not really much interested, even though as well as I'm a graduate of Concert Diplomatic Affairs with a background in international relations and diplomacy, I do, it's innate to me to at least to be aware of what is going on in the country, not just internationally. In my end, this is one of the things that I actually realized that's happening, which is sadly, a lot of people doesn't really use the internet responsibly. And people, when it comes to these kinds of commentaries, people would only read the first tweet, especially threads, and they would not read everything that comes after. I'm like, oh God, I'm tired of explaining everything. So, this is about what's going on, sadly. I mean, I haven't said anything about any party, any affiliations, any political party. I didn't attack Duterte. I didn't attack the Tards at all. But apparently they're being in my nerves. So it's basically fair and neutral. I was in the government, I work with media people, so I know how much fairness that they were able to actually give with regards of these issues. So, oh, even Sandra Lemonon actually tweeted it. Okay, I'm gonna put a screenshot. Okay, so anyway, thank you, Sandra, for giving me, for recognizing my shout out to you. You've been a really good contestant and a really good individual as well. So yeah. And I think there was even a tweet or she even said, I think in one of the interviews, that she heard bill. I'm like, girl, you've set up a good example already. You have put up a really good position for yourself as a candidate, not only as a candidate, but an individual. Why did you even have to retaliate and say it's bill? You have heard bill, not build. I'm like, oh my god, no. But yes, about Sandra, she just did what she did. She became a good sport. It backfired. She didn't make into a runner-up. She hadn't had any crown. But this is one of the things as a people we have to realize. These are the things. This is what happens. Individual. Even Pia works back. Even said, I appreciate. I like her honesty. So, for us to witness this in television, it has been went on publicly about this. I think it's time for us Filipinos to put aside political stances. Cause one, I never attack at the third part. That's the term that people use. Or I did attack. I'm not being a Dilawan. I'm just being a Filipino. I'm not attacking any political party. I'm not attacking any candidate. I'm not in favoring to anyone. But for me, what I think that needs to happen is we have to develop a sense of responsibility into ourselves for being well connected. All of us are in social media. All of us have smartphones. Every information has been put publicly for public consumption. It's already a buffet. Guys, it's already a buffet of food, of information. And what you just have to do is get the food and chew, bite. But apparently the media is, here's the setup. The government are the providers. The information is the food, the buffet. The media is our hands and spoon and fork. And us, the mass, are the ones who are actually controlling it. And what we should eat, digest, and it's a nutrient. So, this is something that shouldn't be blamed to the government for the lack of information. This is not to blame to the media because they have provided and they have shown us what the government has planned. They've done more than enough. I think the problem right now, the one to blame, are the Filipino people because it is our responsibility to know. Again, the problem with the mass right now, it's being selective. They're being selective on what to follow, what to read, and what to see. Since we've been following a lot of people in social media, in anything, we'd rather read the news about our crushes, about our idols. But we are not doing our part to actually read and know what is on the news. I mean, the government agencies and different companies are in social media to connect and reach to you, the mass, in order for them to actually give you the information. The control now is with you on if you're gonna get the information on read, watch, or listen and understand. It's on to you, guys. The news is not only being handed out in TV, in news, in radio. Everything is already also in social media. So you should be responsible enough for you to know. You may not have known it, but guys, let's be real. You're in social media. I don't know. I haven't seen it. Why? It's because you didn't really, you don't follow. It's fine, given. Or you may have just skipped it on your timeline. It happens. And let's be real, guys. I'm not putting myself. Okay, I'm putting myself that sometimes I also do selective reading. But this is a realization and a reality that we all have to face. Especially right now. Laganap ang fake news. And I don't want to speak anymore against Mocha Uson and her galamay and some of the cards out there. Because I'm done. I'm done complaining. I'm done seeing those. I'd rather read the media and the source. What is the source of the media when it comes to these kinds of news? The government. I'd rather go check the government website and the government social media because it's a first-hand coming from them. If you're doubting the credibility of the news, to go to the website, go to these agencies' website and find out for yourselves. Guys, stop blaming. Because these kinds of situations, what divides us all, being divided not only by religion but also by political party, we have to set aside these kinds of things and where we've come from. We may not be in Manila, but guys, things spread through social media faster. So it's your responsibility. No matter your judgment, what kind of judgment you may have, it's up to you. But be reasonable enough that when you do these kinds of judgments or these analysis, you have some sort of facts and information to back it up. Because, guys, blaming the opposition or the different party is something that it's too petty already. I've had a lot of encounters in my tweets. I've responded with different people in social media as well. It's happened. It's being off tangent already. I'm not gonna display everything or anything at all because I'm not gonna step down on that level. So let this be a chance and a situation wherein people has done enough for you to know these things. It's your responsibility for you to know. It's already being spoon-fed basically, guys. You just have to digest these informations and all. So, as for Sandra, join next competition. You've proven quite a great value this year, and you know the things that you lack of. You know the things that you should build on. And if you join next year, Sandra, the votes are on you. Because as of now, you have made yourself an impact. You have made the government more awake when it comes to their presence in the news, in their platforms, in their programs. Although it's been provided, we know it's not enough. And for the people, let's be smart enough for us to deliver what has to be delivered. Because these kinds of instances are not really controllable. These are the things that we have to take upon ourselves. So yeah, I guess that's it. Congratulations to the winners, to Catriona Gray, who bragged a lot of awards, and who was also the candidate of the Philippines for Miss World a few years back, and now competing to Miss Universe. We'll be looking forward to your journey and to your success. It's going to be a tough one, and also to the other queens. We know that your respective competitions are also difficult, and it's quite tough as well. And guys, let's not question anymore what's gonna happen. Who is better than who? They were chosen to be in their positions for a reason. So if you think that this candidate should be crowned as but to another position than what she is, then it's not for us to decide. The organization is responsible for whatever they will put themselves into. So it's a consequence they have to face. So for me, right now, what we can do as Filipinos is that we have to support our candidates, our queens, to their respective competitions as much as possible. Let's not just support Catriona, because of course Miss Universe is like at this level. We have to support them as much as we support Catriona Gray to all their competitions. Because guys, pageant world is different, and we all know that. And as Pia Wurtzbach said, it's always 3Ds: basketball, beauty pageants, and boxing. So we have to develop ourselves on a certain mechanism that let's put down the walls and the barricades on supporting just our own idols right now. Let's put that aside. Let's support each and everyone in their own competitions, because guys, we have to be united as a whole in order for us to be successful. I think that's it. These are the things that we just have to address right now. And yeah, I think there's nothing more for me to actually talk about, but yeah. So anyway guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and also share. And comment down below what you guys think about the recently concluded Binibining Pilipinas, and about my commentary on this one. I'm not an expert, just so you know. And let me know what are your thoughts, because these are the things that had to be addressed in a verse we're in on the right platform. I know it's already finished, we cannot do anything about it, but it is what it is. So again, thank you so much everyone. Bye.